Hey everyone, welcome back for more Entitled Parents stories. Today we have a couple of epic Entitled Parents stories for you to enjoy, so sit back, relax, and enjoy. Let's go. Racist Entitled Parent says, "Go back to your own country." Prologue. I took some friends out to eat. One friend, who I will refer to as Marcus, was a tanned individual. Being from Mexico, his first language is Spanish. This will come into play a little later. Friend 2 was a more fair-skinned individual, shy and quiet, thus she won't be participating much, but who will be referred to as Julia. Now let's begin. As stated, I took some friends out to eat. Yeah, how irresponsible of me. We are seated in a booth where a waitress comes by to hand us the menus. We discuss what we think looks good, then in walks EP. She walks along with her baby. She along with her baby are seated in the booth across from us. Here's where it starts to get interesting. Marcus gets a call from his mother about something. I can't bother to remember. The entitled parent apparently overhears the conversation and under her breath says something about Mexicans. While my friends don't notice, I do, but pay it no mind. Julia and I chat about some stupid video game or something like that, while Marcus continued to talk to his mother. Until he eventually, after some very embarrassing things were done and or said, hung up. The mother, now very frustrated, gets up, walks over and gives him an earful about, "You're in America, speak English. And you and your kind should just go back to your own country." The three of us just stare at her blankly, flabbergasted at the situation that has occurred. Quickly, a smile grows ear to ear on my face and I quickly text Marcus to only speak in Spanish. He erects a shit-eating grin and we begin to confront her in Spanish. Marcus, excuse me? Entitled parent. "See, this is the issue with you people. Come to my country and steal my jobs?" Yes, my friend, you read that correctly. Me, madam, I have no idea what you are talking about. EP, now red in the face. "What? You were speaking English just a minute ago." Me, no, madam, you must have hallucinated. You are just that delusional, I guess. EP, now being a nuisance. "Speak English, goddammit! ENGLISH. Manager, now aware of the disaster that has become apparent, comes over to assess the situation. Manager in a gentle tone, "Excuse me, is there a problem here?" I open my mouth to speak, but entitled parent opens hers first. EP, now calm. "Yes, these foreigners are speaking Spanish. In my country, you need to tell them to speak English or leave." The manager looks at us. Marcus, "Miss, we were enjoying ourselves until this lady came out of nowhere and starts attacking us." Best part, manager, "Madam, you're in a Mexican restaurant. Now please leave these customers alone or leave the establishment." The manager apologizes, then leaves. EP sits down. "You thought we were done, didn't ya?" I wink at Marcus and we start speaking Spanish loudly to mock EP. Admittedly, not the most mature thing to do, but hey, we're just a bunch of dumb teenagers. Well, apart from Julia, who of the three of us has the most common sense and tries to get us to stop. We ignore and continue to mock EP until she gets up and confronts us again. EP angrily, "This is the issue with people. Everybody defends you and so you can do whatever you want. You damn Mexicans are ruining America. Why can't you just speak English like good citizens?" I smile. Me, "Madam, I would first like to say I'm Asian, not Mexican. For context, I'm tanned and for some reason am often mistaken to be Hispanic. Secondly, I would like to correct you. So, what is your issue again? In English, please?" EP, "Are you stupid or something? I just said my issue. It's you damn Mexicans ruining I said in English, not Spanish." EP, "Let me speak. You're ruining me. I said no Spanish." EP, "What do you mean? You do realize the word America is technically Spanish, right?" EP's jaws drops. By this point, nearby tables and booths are giggling. EP quickly regains composure and says, "You need to respect your elders." Me, "No, respect is not simply given out, it is earned." "Oh yeah, regarding your issue with Spanish, are you aware that only 8.7% of Americans are self-identified as having English origins, while a greater 18.3% is made up of Hispanics?" EP sputtered silently. I and Marcus continue to throw facts at her. My friends and I go to the top school in our state. Yeah, we're nerds. Deal with it. Until she decides she had enough and changes the subject. At this point, my group and a couple of tables nearby are struggling to hold in laughter. In a sudden burst of thought, EP turns to Julia. "EP, are these mean boys forcing you to be here?" She's attempting to attack me and Marcus, accusing us of things to tarnish our names to the tables nearby, just for the attempt to be unsuccessful. Julia, no, why would they? EP, I think they are going to try to do bad things to you. Come with me, sweetie. Julia in Spanish, you've already embarrassed yourself enough today, go sit down. Context, Julia's parents are originally from Spain. EP turns white, then back to red, then screams, "You're one of those illegals too?" Now I'm slightly annoyed, then ding, an idea. Me, "Madam, if you are going to speak on the legality of the situations, are you aware that you currently are doing something technically illegal?" EP, what are you talking about? Me, you know, there's currently a global pandemic and, you are not wearing a mask? EP, yeah, so I shouldn't be made to wear a piece of cloth? Me, you do know there is a fine, right? How about I call the police and see what they say? She suddenly turns white, grabs her baby, and leaves. She didn't even get to order anything. My grandmother called the cops on me for refusing to cut the neighbor's bush. A little background is I lived with my grandmother shortly after I graduated college and my mom died. My grandmother has a tendency for treating anyone living with her like her personal help. She comes to me one morning while I'm on my laptop asking if I will trim the neighbor's bush. This is so she can see down the street and it's currently blocking her view. I explain multiple times that it's on their property and she needs to talk to them about it. She tells me they won't mind and I ask to get them on the phone to confirm, but she doesn't want to disturb them. One could argue a loud power tool would also do that. We go back and forth for a good bit while she calls me lazy and entitled. After about 30 minutes, she threatens to call the cops and I wish her the best of luck and go outside to clean my car and breathe since I'm obviously not getting anything done inside. What got me nervous was she said something along the lines of, "I can tell the police anything and they will believe a little old lady over a young punk." I planned on leaving but didn't want to look like I was fleeing in case she actually called them. About 15 minutes later, 2 cop cars shows up and I just rolled my eyes. 2 officers go immediately inside and one is standing outside talking to me. I calmly explain my side of the story. Apparently, she's inside giving them an erratic tale, claiming she's being emotionally and physically abused. I asked the police to explain the abuse accusation and was told I'm emotionally abusive because I'm quiet and keep to myself. Again, my mom just died and the physical abuse was a small bruise on the back of her arm above the elbow. The cop talking to me laughed it off, saying how that looks more like she bumped into something, and this is the first time he's gotten a call for someone being too quiet. What's wrong with me? I think the cop who talked to me first could tell what I was dealing with and remarked how exhausted I looked. He told me they're writing it off and advised I stay somewhere else for a few days. He's dealt with calls like this before, explaining it's people who want to complain and others up in the crosshair. Ends up, she hasn't mentioned the bush. Her list of grievance hasn't got there yet. The other 2 cops had left and the one who talked to me gave her a big lecture how she's only allowed to trim things on her property and some stories about serious altercations he's dealt with. I'm sure he was giving me ample time to pack while also probably venting about this non-issue. I walk out with the officer and she seems to think they are taking me to jail. I guess she thinks you get to take a duffel bag with you. He's making sure I have everything, including my car keys and a safe place to go. He also gives me his card in case I need any help in the future or just need to talk. As I leave, I hear her asking an officer if they will let me out on Monday, as she will need me to run errands, and he's like, I don't know when he will return. But you wanted him out, so we are working on that. He's smiling, but giving off a very lady that's your problem vibe. I stayed with my girlfriend for at least a week while getting voicemail each day from my grandmother asking if and when I'm coming home. Entitled Aunt wants me to organize a birthday party for her because I had one for my mom. Okay, so this happened some 6-7 years back. The person in question is my aunt. Let's call her Entitled Aunt. My mom had finished her PhD that year. It was a big deal for all of us. Firstly, because on both sides of the family, she became the most educated person. And second, due to certain problems, her PhD was delayed by a year, and we all knew she had worked really hard for it. On the day she formally received her degree, there couldn't be a celebration because there was another thing that needed to be attended to. Nonetheless, we made sure there was her favorite food at home and she felt cared for. Now, her birthday was also close, so we made a plan to have a really big celebration for her. We made the entire day about her. Everything was planned according to her liking. Since she always preferred only the most closest people for her special occasions, there was only the immediate family who lived close. That included my grandparents, parents, and me and sibling. I got some gifts for her, including a dream catcher, important later, made sure she was pampered, and had a lovely rosette cake prepared. Skip to a month later, we had extended family visiting, and that included my mom's younger sister, Entitled Aunt. She happened to glance at the dream catcher prominently displayed in the house and kept asking me where I got it and if she could have it. I told her this was mom's birthday gift and no, it's hers. So you threw a birthday party for your mom? Why wasn't I invited? I told her how that was a small affair and blurted the details including the cake. She got angry and ordered to have a birthday party for herself organized by me. I got dumb. Lady, birthday parties are not asked for. Her own children would never go the mile for her because how she is, lazy, misogynist, and typical patriarchal mindset. Mom later told me to let it go. I don't wish her on her birthdays anymore. So those were the stories for today's video. If you enjoyed this, I would appreciate a like to support the channel. And as always, I will see you in the next one.